Hello viewers, welcome to Core for Any. SwiftUI taxi drivers inside today need to see this here the login user parts inside to develop here the user my rides screen need to develop and also need to set this here the data of the previous rides list need to set this here. First of all, so need this here the one new view models we need to write down here. Now need to go inside the view models folders and to create here the new files and now need to select here the SwiftUI view files we need to select here and to give this here the names as a my ride view models like this need to give this here the names and now need to create here the class and now need to set here the observable objects so need to set this here and also need to remove here unuse and preview no needs. Now we need to set here the static variables and to share variables need to develop here, so now to write down here the shared and like this we need to initialize here the my ride view models need to initialize here and then after so need to define here the some variable declarations are the needs for the UI. First of all need to declare here the publisher variables at the rate publisher where and to write down here the show error set here false. Then after publishers another publisher variables where error message blank like this sets here. Then after another publisher variables need this here the my rad list array need to save inside all data is equal to need to set here data types array brackets inside ns dictionary and need to give this here the like this blank and then after need this here the status need here first of all now need to go inside the users view run right view models and to copy this here the needed status so need this here first of all need to copy this here the status name copy here's and now need to paste inside the here's and to give this here the right objects is equal to need to set here the ns dictionary like this sets here now copy here's and to paste this here's same as now need to create here the state wise need this here the date times that's to set here the state wise date time like this sets here and now need this here the read object value for key and to pass this here the accepted time and now need to set this here a string like this set here now need to convert into the dates and also need this here the string date now need to first of all go inside the extension class UI extensions and to add here the new formats need this here status string and now need to set here dd comma mmm and yy like this we need to set this here maybe need to comma here yy four types and we need to remove here one and also need to set here the small hs and need to set here the a like this set years now need to use these years inside years and to paste these years now need to copy same as now need to waiting for every status need to given this year the return date like this set years and returns here the string. Now this status for the aware status then to give this here the return accept times if you waitings and start then to give this here the start time if completed cancelled and no driver found then to stop times need to showing here and we need to start here if pending and to showing this here the pickup times. Pickup date. Like this, you need to showing this here the status string. Need to show this here. Like this, you need to configurations are the needs here, and also need to call this here the one API callings are the needs for the user. First of all, need to declare this here the API name. Now need to go and to set this here the static let sv user all ride list is equal to API URL plus need to give this here user all ride list. Like this, need this here. Now need to use this here. First of all, now need to go user run rides view. Need to go here and to copy here the any one API calls. Need this here. Now need to copy this here. Ride cancels, and now need to go here and to call this here mark API callings. Now need to paste this here and to change this here the users rides all. Like this, we need to need this here no parameters needs without parameters API. Now need to pass the blank value, and now need to change this here the sv user all right list. Need to give this years, and after need to getting this years and to pass this here the value self dot my rights array is equal to need to response object value for key, and to set this here the payload as need to give this here the optionals ns dictionary array ns dictionary. Like this sets and to set here the blank array. Like this need to configurations are the needs, and also need to remove here the else parts. Like this need to calling this here the API, and also need to make sure this API with the token rise. That's why I need to pass this here the token. Like this now need to develop here the UI for the my rad view. Need to develop here. First of all, now need to go inside the view and to find out here the user home, and to create here the new files, and select here the SwiftUI view, and to give this here the name user my rights view. Like this need to create here the files, and first of all now declares here the one mode environment variables for the back buttons for needs here environment slash dot present modes where mode colon value binding presentations mode. Like this sets here, and also declares here the state object where hvm is equal to need to write down here the my ride view models dot shade. Need to call this here. Like this need to setting here. Now declares here the z stacks, and now need this here the navigations titles need to set here the blank. Then navigation back buttons need to set this here hide, and also navigation bar hide set here the true, and also need to ignore shape area. Like this need to calling. Now need to develop here the H horizontal stack, vertical stack. Now need to develop here the vertical stack, and inside we need to give this here the header. First of all, need to set here the scroll view for our list. Now we need to set here the Z stack and to develop here. First of all, need to give this here the padding as a top. Need to set here the top shape area insert plus need to give this here the +8, and also need to set this here the padding of the horizontal. Need to set here the 20, and need to give this here the background colors. We need to set this here the color white. Then after we need to set this here the shadow. Need to give this here the radius too, and also need to set here padding as a bottoms. Need this here set here the 8. Like this need to configurations here. Now need to create here the titles for the text my rights. Now we need to set here the font custom fonts. Need to extension methods need to call this here, and to give this here the name as a font bold, and to set here the 17 size. Then after need to give this here the max width infinity. You need to set this here and need to give this here the alignments as a center like this sets here. Now need to develop here the back buttons. Set declares here the spacers and now need to develop here the buttons for the back action and to set here the mode wrap value and to call this here the dismiss and now need to give this here the back button image back and now call this here the resizable scale to fit and to give this here the frame width and height so need to set this here the 13 like this need to configurations are the needs for here the top view. Now need to show here the UI in the canvas and look like this here the showing here. Now need to develop here the lazy stack so need to develop here we stack and need to do this here the spacing set here the 15. Now need to first of all need to call this here the API experience and need to call this here the hvum and to call this here API write get list. Then after so need to give this here the padding set here the 20. Now need to develop here the UI. First of all need to make this here the for each loop and to pass this here the 0 to give this here the hv my ride array dot counts and to pass this here the id rel like this sets here and indexed in. Now need to set here the vstack and to develop here the first of all the gets here the object let add object is equal to need to pass this here hvm dot my ride array index of the indexed like this need to get this here the data. Now we need to need this here the horizontal stack and we need to set here the spacings and to first of all show this here the car informations ride informations need to show here. Now need to use this here the hd web image import hd web image shift ui and now need to use this here the web image give this here the url and need to no needs now review need to close this here string and to pass this here the ride object value for key and to set here the icon showing here the icons car icons like this and need to call this here the resizable. Then after indicators you need to set here and also need to set here the scale to fit. Then after need to give this here the frame width and heights need to set here the 15. No needs here the elements need to remove here. Then after need to set here the corner radius. No needs here the corner radius need to remove here. Now we need to another which text need to develop here and inside need to give this here the service names and need to write status need to show inside the one lines. Now need to set here the text and need to get this here the service names need to write object value for key and to pass this here the service name key and to get this here the string like this here and fonts need to get here and to set this here the custom font set here the bold and we need to set here 17 like this and then after need to set here the foreground colors and we need to set here the color primary text set here and after need to give this here the frame and to give this here the max width is equal to set here max width infinity, and also need to give this here the alignments need to set this here the leading like this sets, and to set this here same as now need to copy here and to paste this here now need to show here the right status, and to call this here the hvm dots need to get this here the right status text, and to pass this here the right objects to get this here text. Now needs here the colors, now need to copy here this text and to write status color and to pass here the right objects, and like this need to showing this here with these colors. Now need to remove here the frame, no needs. Now need to showing here the times, need this here. Now we to copy this here and to paste this here. Now need to set here the font 12 and regular font when to set this here. Now need to call this here the hvm dot, need to call this here the right status wise date times need to get years, and to like this passing years and to set here the secondary text colors like this. Need to showing here the right informations need to displaying here against. Now need to copy and to give this here the wish text infinity and max width need to like this showing here. Now need to develop here the pickup address and drop address need to show here. First of all need to close this here the this wish text. Now need to declare here the another horizontal text, and now first of all need to show this here the pickup address need to develop here the rectangles, set here the fill colors is equal to give this here the secondary app colors need to set here. Now need to set here the frame, give this here the width as a 8 and height also need to give this here the 8, and now need to set here the corner radius, set here the core, and also need to set here the spacing 15. Now we need to copy here this value and to paste this here. Now need to set here the regular font and set here the font size as a 15. Now need to give this here the pickup address, pickup underscore address. Like this sets here strings and to showing this here the data. Same as now need to copy again and to paste this here, and now need to write down here the primary app colors need to set here for the drop of address. Now need to set here the drop address. Same as like this need to setting and configurations are the done, and now need to declare here the UI borders need to draw here after the for loop block. Inside need to give this here the padding 15, and after need to set this here the background color white, and after need to set here the corner radius. We need to set this here the 10, and we need to set here the shadow, set here the 2. Like these configurations are the needs, and to set this here's needs. Now need to show this here the opening screens need to configuration are the needs. Now need to first of all need to find out here the menu folders and to select here the setting view, and now need to give this here the select here my vehicle screens. Now need to copy here and to paste this here. Now need to give this here the my rides user my ride view. Like these configurations are the needs here. Now need to run these apps and to test here the UI. Now app is running, and to select this here the user profiles and to get here my rides list, and to click on here and opening here and to show this here the ride information. This is the service icons, service names, and also need to show this here the ride status, and showing here the status wise date times, and pick up and drop off locations need to showing here, and to like this list are the showing every status, and like this showing here the date. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.